Welcome back. It's great to be with you. If you haven't done Monday class, looking forward to seeing you there. If you've already done the Monday class, I hope it was a rich experience for you and opened up this movement this week of really checking in to how it is to be in our own skin, what burdens we're still carrying, what shame is still operating in us, what ways we're holding back, what secrets we're still harboring. This week is a light week, and it's a week where we take these first 8 weeks, all the work that we've done, all the exploring we've done, and we really check in and see how we're doing. And then we expose how we're doing to the group. And as we hear other people share, we hear our experience named. And we find that all the places where we felt isolated, where we felt unique, where we felt alone, where we felt like there was some part of us that we couldn't share, they are shared. So much, so many times during the time we've been together, someone has named something painful that happened, and the hands have gone up in solidarity with that person. And the chat has been filled with people that said, yeah, me too. Yeah, I felt that too. Yeah, I wanted to end my life. Yeah, I felt devastated. Yeah, I felt like I couldn't recover. Yeah, I've lived with hopelessness. Yeah, I still carry grief about something that happened to me 10 years ago, or 5 years ago, or 3 years ago. So we share that common experience. And this week is really allowing ourselves to be seen in all of our humanity. Because it's one thing to say that we're perfectly created by God and that everything about us is holy and everything about us is welcome and all our parts are welcome. But if we don't experience that in the same environment that we got wounded in relationship. Those first relationships with our parents, those first relationships with our school teachers and our family, that's where we got wounded. We got rejected by people, right? So it's people, and it's a reason we do this course in a group where we heal. It's in relationships where we heal. It's in exposing ourselves to other people who want to hear us, to want to see us. They want to know us. And they recognize that they are us, that we share that common experience. So this week is a lot about just connecting with what's inside of you and what wants to be shared. So specifically what that'll look like is in your individual group, you're going to have an opportunity to answer the question, if we really knew you, what would we know? And I want to really invite us all to come into this experience. We're all going to feel a little trepidation, right? But what's happening in the group is not just happening when it's your turn to share. What you'll find, and I think if we look what we've found so far in the course, is that each time someone shares, they speak for a part of us. So give yourself that moment of connection and listen with your heart, listen with your soul as each person shares that they are actually speaking for a part of you. So that what's happening, that you're sharing the feeling of being seen, of being welcomed for all of who you are, is not just happening when you're the one speaking. It's happening every time someone shares, every time they name some aspect of our shared human experience. So with that, this is not going to be a long video because this is a week about relaxing into our bodies and sharing ourselves just as we are. Let's drop inside. I'm going to put my feet on the floor, as I often do, and I'm going to just breathe into my belly with you. I'm going to cast my eyes down. I invite you to close your eyes, deepen your breath. And you're a pro at this now. So just dropping right down into your chest, into your belly, and noticing, how is it to breathe in this body at your real age, in the space of your life that you're living today? You're walking around in this body. You're living in this body. You're breathing this body. You're looking out of these eyes. You're touching with these hands. How is it to live as you in this body, to be in a process of discovering who you are, to be in a process of peeling off the lies you've been told, of interrupting all the interpretations of who you are, all the evaluations of who you are that you took on from other people, from other groups, from the culture, from the media, and saying, no, no, this is mine. I get to decide how it feels in here. I get to frame my own experience. I can be self-referencing. I don't have to find myself out there in what you say about me and what you feel about me and how you react to me. I can live from here. So just breathing and noticing what it feels like to live from here, what it feels like to walk in this body, knowing that you are just meeting so many parts of yourself. And as you breathe and just be in this body, in this atmosphere of discovery, atmosphere of curiosity about who is this? I've been living in a relationship that was mediated by what people told me. It was mediated by the approval I was getting. It was mediated by all the marks of success that I received from the outside world. But I get to decide now. So how is it to be in this skin, to occupy these bones, this flesh, to look out of these eyes, to smell out of this nose, to taste out of this mouth? How is it? And noticing as you breathe in this body, are there things that you've kept inside up to now? Whether they're shame or experiences or memories, or the things that you've been managing, that you've been keeping inside that have been unacceptable to share. Things that you haven't shared with anyone. Noticing if there's still places of shame or regret. Things that you feel an impulse to share during the Monday sessions or your home group, but you don't. You hold back. Push them down. Maybe things you're just noticing in the moment right now. Maybe just a thread that you could follow, that you could unravel. Noticing if there's still parts of yourself that you're having trouble loving. Whether they're physical parts, your belly or your face or your legs, or emotional parts. Why can't I get it together? Why can't I be more motivated? Why can't I find the relationship I'm looking for? Why can't I be more successful? Are there parts of you that you're still having trouble loving? You're still having trouble having compassion and empathy for, celebrating? And always looking to see, are there those invisible burdens that you're still carrying? Those weights? Because we're not only carrying the weights of our own life, we're carrying the lineage of our family, of our culture, of our situation through generations past. What are the bare burdens that you're still carrying on your shoulders? And are there things about you, about your experience, about your internal world, that even those who are most close to you, your dearest, most trusted relationships, don't know about you? Are there things that even the people you say are your closest relationships, the places you feel most safe, are there things they don't know about you? And how does that feel? This is the place we live from. And each week and each time we go in, the purpose is to make this place, this home in our own skin, a sweeter place to live the rest of our life. A place with more space, more room, and more warmth and more support for being who we are as we are. And to be in a constant mode of discovery, of noticing that we will never know all that flows through us, all that's inside of us. So our last breath will be discovery who we are. So with that warmth and with that curiosity, coming back to the space that we share. And I'm going to ask you to do just a little bit of writing. And this writing is really along with the work that we've done inside to get you ready for the If You Really Knew Me sharing that will happen in your home group. So I know you've probably already got your pen and paper out or your device open. If you haven't, just pause the video and get those things ready. And then writing down the answer to this question, what do I not share with anyone? What do I not share with anyone? And just being open to what comes. You might say instantly, I share everything. There's nothing about me. I'm an open book. Just let yourself be in that question and see what comes. What do I not share with anyone? Do it now. And with that same spirit of discovery and warmth, where do I still harbor shame or regret? Regret is something we often run from. We tell ourselves, what could I do about it? I just got to push that down and forget about that. I'll never find resolution with that. Just got to move on. But it's an energy suck. It pulls from us. Regret is a mechanism to heal, to say, wow, I could have made a different choice then. The choice that I made created pain for me and often for other people. We're going to have some time as this course goes on to work with forgiveness, naming the things that you feel regretful about as part of that process, naming the things where shame still holds you back, reaches out its hand to stop you. Really important. So the question to answer is, where do I still harbor shame and regret? Answer it now. And even after these rich 8 weeks we spent together, we know that for each of us, there are parts of ourselves that we still have trouble loving. So answer this question. What parts of me do I still have trouble loving? Maybe you're still working with loving your anger, loving your power, loving your hopelessness, loving your grief, loving your helplessness. What are the parts of you? Loving your desperation, whatever it is. What are the parts of you that you still have trouble loving? Write them down now. There's a reason we ask this last question over and over again. What are the burdens that I'm still carrying? Because what we know is when we come into this process, people say, oh, I'm carrying this and this. And it's done, right? They've revealed all the burdens. And then on week 2, more burdens are revealed. It's like if you go on a 5 mile or let's say a 5 day backpacking trip, you wear that backpack so long you don't even know you're carrying it, right? And as you start to take it off, it feels like you're weightless. What we know about humans is that those burdens are so woven in to how we move in the world that they reveal themselves gradually. So just to answer that question and be open to what comes, what burdens am I still carrying? All right. Great work today. And I invite you to enjoy the action of sharing what we would know if we really knew you, and to listen. Listen from your heart, listen from your soul as each person shares. This is our chance to really get that there's nothing in our experience, there's nothing in our past, there's nothing in our inner world that isn't shared. Our experiences are human experiences. How we discover our own divinity is by being visible as we are in the moment and by really listening to the commonality that we share, the commonality of our humanity. Have a great week. Enjoy If You Really Knew Me, and we'll talk soon.